Oh. Muhammad Ali.
Woo! Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
Period. And so it's actually just bullshit.
Rumored as a possible Supreme Court choice at some point.
Oh, you know, I don't like to sit down for long periods of time.
You could see it at home. Could you see it sitting next to him?
It's the Bennetts.
Hello, Madam Vice President. Hello, Senator Bennett. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
She got sneakers on. She'll chase you down. Stop playing. She will. All right? See? Right there. It's not a game. It's the real deal. It's the real deal.
Fibroids. Oh.
Lemon. What is this process of the juice and then...
Come on, honey. It's a baster and I'm the juice. You bake it.
What are you doing now?
Caramelizing the onions, Nina.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
No, you need to.
I need to learn.
Videotape it. Just a little. 1 minute. I have 1 minute. Kosher salt, fresh ground pepper. You could even do a little rosemary if you want. Under the skin with some butter before you're gonna cook it. So that butter will just melt in there. And then get a nice big bottle of cheap white wine to baste with butter. Yes, hi. For a couple hours. Then I do vinegar. And then I cheat and do a little Tabasco.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, but Tabasco of all, like I like Louisiana hot sauce, but Tabasco has that right amount of vinegar. And will you ask them to vote for me? No, I'm Big Sister. Big Sister General. I really do. I love Venn diagram. It's just something about those blue circles.
Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, before we start, I do want to give a quick little shout out to myself. Little cameo.
Oh my God, who's that? Hi, Fez.
Oh my gosh!
I wish I had brought my baby.
I think it's our first dog.
Yes.
I love that.
So that was me with the girls from I've Had
who's
It.
that?
And Don Lemon. And my little puppy, Fezzies. Anyways, back to business. As you can tell, got my Hot Girls for Zoran shit today. I'm pretty ecstatic for all the Zoran excitement and win and events than Bradlander, of course. But anyways, let's just get to it, okay? I don't even know where to start right now. First of all, let's start with these little dipshits. I don't know if you guys have seen this picture, but it's terrifying. What in the hell is that? That is seriously like Stephen King meets Deliverance. That is wild. Ugh. So on the topic,
you decided you were going to name him Donald Jr. What did your Donald say?
No. You cannot name him. Donald Jr. I say, why not? He said, how about if he's a loser?
How about if he's a loser? He's talking about his newborn son.
That's right. Okay. So I said, this is going to be what it is.
You decided you were going to
name him. You already knew beforehand that this fucking freak over here was going to be such a loser. Creepy as hell. You know who else is creepy as hell? Matt Gaetz. Yeah. I mean, this whole MAGA crew, they match each other well, that's for sure. Before we get into one of the things that really just... I mean, I've been so miffed about it, just really ticked me off this week. Before we get into that, listen to this freak.
Guys can get over that stuff. We call each other pedophiles, but we don't always mean it.
With all of
Guys can get over that stuff. We call each other pedophiles, but we don't always mean it.
His own mama hates his guts, and she's so disappointed in him.
It's your matches to Cuomo right now.
Run! Hell, you son of a bitch!
Cuomo, you put pineapple on your pizza and you get no pussy!
Blasio, you're fucking next! You're next! We
on your ass, boy. We on your ass, boy. If she say no, you gotta go.
Yes, bitch.
The Italians don't claim that kid Cuomo. We don't fuck with him. We don't fuck with that kid Cuomo. It's no fuck that. We got Trump and no fucking Silky. Are you squid? Cuomo, don't you get away with this shit? When I see you, I'm gonna grab you by your fucking neck. We're replacing Cuomo with Bobby Schmurda. Bobby for governor! Bobby for governor!
It's your message to Cuomo right now.
I love
hell,
it.
you son of a bitch! Cuomo, you put pineapple on your pizza and you get no pussy! You're next, de Blasio. You're fucking next.
Right now.
I just love it here. This is a good one. This is one of the best signs. That is so good. For real. It's sickening. It's sickening.
A lot of choices, putting it on that hill, putting it different places. It's such a beautiful pole, we thought we'd put it near. I mean, it always looks best when it's near a Doral. I put it right near. I have a similar pole. And these are the best poles. And
That guy is good. I mean, I already couldn't unsee him as a gay man, but this guy really nailed it for me.
a lot
Really
of
put the
choices,
visuals
putting it on that hill, putting it different places. It's such a beautiful pole, we thought we'd put it near. I mean, it always looks best when it's near a Doral. I put it right near. I have a similar pole. And these are the best poles anywhere.
That was just too good. That guy really nailed it. This idea is the best. That's hilarious. That is the most accurate I've seen so far. I don't think we'll ever forget. We will never forget his beautiful birthday that nobody showed up to. I'm pretty sure the squeaks from the tanks are gonna haunt him for life. I at least hope so.
Or Epstein hanging himself. Somebody kill him.
Senator, I believe he hung himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Are you going to release all the information about that?
Senator, we are working through
Let's not forget that Kash Patel's full name is Cash App.
Musk, do you plan to speak to him on the phone anytime soon?
I haven't really thought about it, actually. I would imagine he wants to speak to me. I would think so. If I were him, I'd want to speak to me. And maybe he has already called.
Damn, that guy's so good. Alright, now the thing I really wanted to get to, just ticked me off, was this freaking Fox News session. Oh,
criminals will be begging to go to El Salvador.
This is such a concern. Like, I genuinely feel like I wish I could call 911 to these people or something. Call CPS, because to take their damn kids away, I mean, this is mind-blowingly just not cool. This is not okay.
Salvador, when the alternative is a place called Alligator Alcatraz. DHS has now approved plans for a brand new migrant detention facility.
Now, understand, I'm not talking about the facility. I'm talking about these people's reactions and commentary.
Facility near the Everglades with the aforementioned name. Florida's AG warning there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Only the alligators and pythons are waiting.
I support putting American prisoners in a swamp surrounded by gators. You keep hearing about all these escape attempts. I mean, what's more of a deterrent than getting eaten by an alligator?
The facility will be on an old airstrip that is surrounded by wetlands filled with alligators and pythons. The detention center will be composed of large tents and trailers that can house up to 1,000 migrants.
This is an area down in Florida, and through emergency powers, they have taken over this remote airfield area in the Everglades where all the alligators live. There are some Democrats down there that have been critical of this. They don't like it. They think it's cruel to put them in the middle of nowhere, basically.
I think this is the perfect location for criminal migrants. We've had a lot of Democrats that want to break into the facilities. I don't
That's
think
more
you can break
bullshit.
into this facility surrounded by alligators. Steve is going to do a tour with Governor DeSantis of that facility.
He's going to tour and make sure there are actually pythons there.
Right.
And it's going to be
Doesn't it remind me of an old childhood story with the castle with the moat around it, and they put alligators in it?
Except this is actually true. So quite scary.
It's actually true.
And Homan's adding new agents, and they're not even human. Alligator Alcatraz just broke ground in Florida's Everglades. In a month, 5,000 criminal aliens will check into their swamp suites. The tents are up, the trailers are parked, and the gators are on patrol. And if Jose tries to make a break for it, hope he can swim like Phelps. Now, CCOT's got competition. Alligator Alcatraz. DeSantis is launching the detention center with swamp security. Jose better not bust out a crock rock. If he does, he better bring his flippers because...
Jose, really? First of all, it wouldn't even be criminals or immigrants in there. It would be literally random people. Even if you look somewhat like a different race other than white, you could easily be put in there and treated like that. I mean, I can't even freaking believe this is fucking... Oh my god, just uncalled for. So I thought, you know, I'll just watch Inglourious Bastards to kind of like settle my heat. And that movie's just so pleasing, you know, when Eli Roth kills Hitler, that's like my ultimate fantasy with Donald. Like, I'm so envious of Eli Roth in that scene. But I go to watch Inglourious Bastards, and guess what? Oh no! This title currently isn't available to watch in your country. I wonder why. I cannot believe this is real life. This is just insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, on a lighter note, let's not forget one of my favorite things that's happening these days.
It's been going on from before I even got elected, and it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now, all of this information that's being released, and from Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected, and it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now, all of this information that's being released, and from you know what the crime is. The crime.
It's just awesome. I just love it. Here's Donald being a dipshit.
President Obama was a terrible president. President Biden was the worst president in the history of our country. President Bush should not have gone into the Middle East and blown the place up. So I don't give him high marks either. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank
What is he
you.
talking
I give
about?
Trump very
What is
high
he-
marks. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay. He had to end it with like, I give Trump good remarks. Like he's literally a 3-year-old. Like a 3-year-old on his big tricycle with his fat legs. God, I mean, the guy's just sickening. He's sickening.
You can shoot
Here's
me,
a pretty accurate
but you'll have to
comparison,
kill us
though.
all. Something.
What did he say? Did he say something?
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
On point. So on point. And you know, people have been giving me all kinds of shit because I've been calling Kamala out, and I'm like, hello, where are you? Come save us. What the fuck? And people are like, well, what do you want her to do? She wasn't elected, blah, blah. And I'm just kind of like trying to knock some sense into people. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Okay, like, the fucking 90s wrestling lady who's never stepped foot in a classroom is the freaking, you know, promoting A1 sauce unknowingly is the freaking head of education. I mean, look at the head of the Secretary of Defense. Look at this. Look at all these people. There's no rules. Okay, it's a wild, wild west out here. So Kamala, of course, actually, you know, came out and said something today about how upsetting that bill that passed. And I said, well, hello, where are you? Come help us. Do something. People were like, oh, well, what do you want her to do? She's just, I don't give a fuck. This is Trump's America where anything goes. They have their way every day. They get their way. Anything goes with them. Why can't we just have ours? Because it's against the rules? Well, guess what? There are no rules. The rules, I mean, they done been gone. We have a fucking rapist criminal running things right now. There's no rules. It would not be the craziest thing for her to come out and put them in their place and just show them how it's done and take over. I mean, what's the worst? I mean, the things are, come on. How bad does it have to get? But of course, everybody has to abide by the rules. I don't know why. It is so dumb. And I'm probably going to get all kinds of shit for it. I've been getting a lot of shit for it. But we all know the truth, okay? The thing that I'm really waiting for...
Not report on conspiracy theories, but a new lawsuit with sworn affidavits from voters alleges that there is proof the 2024 presidential election was rigged against Kamala Harris. Here's why. A user on TikTok pointed this out some days ago, but I wanted to fact check it before reporting on it. But now, there is a lawsuit in the state of New York arguing over voter irregularities in Rockland County, New York, and requesting a hand recount of the ballots. First, a user on TikTok pointed out that in Ramapo 35, Kirsten Gillibrand, the Democratic candidate for Senate, won with 331 votes, while the Republican candidate got just 82 votes, and there were only 4 write-ins. Meanwhile, in that same district, Kamala Harris got 0 votes. 0 votes for the Democrat at the top of the ticket, while the Democrat down ballot got 331 votes, and Donald Trump got 552 votes. In December, the Rockland County Business Journal reported that this didn't just happen in Ramapo 35. In at least 4 districts, Ramapo 35, 45, 84, and 87, Kamala Harris got 0 votes. Now, a lawsuit has been filed at the New York Supreme Court by a nonpartisan election watchdog group called
That is not
Smart
going to be the only
Legislation.
lawsuit.
The lawsuit claims
Election
that
Truth Alliance, they've been working their asses off, putting all the proof and everything together. Okay, so that's another reason why I'm calling Kamala out, because I'm like, hello, bitch, come take your throne. Put these little fucking... I mean, look how serious people are taking... Look how serious people are taking Donald right now.
That's right. They're about to set off Donald Trump. But don't worry, people. It's just a Mexican tradition. Calm down. Welcome to San Miguel de Allende, where every Easter Sunday, the town gathers to light up their frustrations.
That's what's up.
It's called Quema de Judas, a centuries-old ritual where papier-mâché villains meet a fiery end. Originally, it was for Judas, the man who betrayed Jesus, the ultimate villain. But these days, it's more about who betrayed the public trust. Politicians, celebrities, cartoon villains, anyone is fair game. It's loud, it's cathartic, it's wild, and it's weirdly poetic. Whether you like Trump or you don't, you know there's something undeniably comedic about a crowd cheering as he, let's say...
do me a favor, if you're liking this video so far, go ahead and like and subscribe, and helps me out heaps. And you know, I'm still kind of at the mediocre level, but I'm gonna get better, don't worry. I'm starting to get more comfortable in front of the camera, and I'm getting much better content for you. This is just kind of fill-in for now, but yeah, go ahead and subscribe, and I'm gonna be getting a Patreon soon, and I hope you join me there too. Anyways, Rosie O Donnell at it again, I'm telling you. She has been pure this whole time. She's been staying true and pure. I think one of the most satisfying things I've seen, just within maybe even today, because it's very hard. There's just so much evil, there's so many upsetting things that it's really hard to find anything that satisfies me. But here's a decent one, and it's RFK Jr. getting scolded, as he should, by someone deserving.
This is the gentlelady from Washington State, Dr. Schreier, for 5 minutes of questioning.
Secretary Kennedy, on May 27th, you posted a 60-second video on your X account unilaterally changing vaccine recommendations without consulting the customary panel of experts. As a pediatrician, I find that extremely alarming. So I thought we would talk a little bit about some vaccine-preventable diseases. Secretary Kennedy, and these are yes or no questions, have you ever treated measles?
Do I what?
Have you ever treated measles?
No.
Well, I have. Let me tell you how miserable it is. These kids have high fevers, struggling to breathe, and they are crying. They suffer. Great news is that there is a vaccine to prevent it. Secretary Kennedy, again, a yes or no question. Have you ever treated bacterial meningitis?
No.
Well, I have. These babies are so sick. They come into the ER with high fevers, they are floppy, and we have to figure out why. Do you know how we figure out if a baby has meningitis?
Excuse me?
Do you know how we figure out if a baby has spinal meningitis?
How many babies?
I'm going to explain how we figure out and determine if a baby has meningitis.
Okay.
We insert a needle between vertebrae until the fluid that surrounds the spinal cord drips out into a test tube. It's called a spinal tap. We used to do lots of them. Fortunately, we don't have to do very many of these anymore because we have 3 vaccines that prevent childhood meningitis. These are miracles. Secretary Kennedy, yes or no, have you ever treated pertussis or whooping cough?
No, I've had it.
Well, I have. And in infants...
This is where I would have interrupted and said, oh, really? And how is it handled for you? Because he has plenty of money and he's, you know, a Kennedy, whatever. You know that he got like top-notch, he got taken care of. And there's a stark contrast between, he claims to have had it before. I'm sure even then he still has no idea what it's like to suffer from it.
In fact, the one I treated, weeks old, came in because the baby just stopped breathing and turned blue. Let me tell you how scared those parents were. And I've treated a bunch of older kids with it. They cough so hard, they vomit. They run out of air. They break ribs.
Unfortunately, he literally doesn't care.
And if you don't catch it before 2 weeks, antibiotics
This means
don't
nothing
even
to him.
work. They cough for months with broken ribs, and that is why it is called a 100-day cough. But you know what's great? There's a vaccine that prevents this. Of course, here's the thing. Vaccines only work if you actually give them. And we know your record on this. We rely on the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, a panel of experts to recommend which vaccines people should get at which ages and the like. Now, I know Senator Cassidy had concerns about your views on this, and so when he voted to confirm you as Secretary of HHS on February 4th, he explained that decision by saying on the Senate floor that, quote, if confirmed, you will maintain the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices without changes. But then 2 weeks ago, you fired all 17 experts on that very committee. Mr. Secretary, question for you. Did you lie to Senator Cassidy when you told him you would not change this panel of experts?
I never made that agreement.
So are you saying that Senator Cassidy lied when he was on the Senate floor, lied to the American people?
I didn't see that statement by Senator Cassidy. I've only heard it from you, but if he said that I agreed to it, it would be inaccurate. I made an agreement with him. I made an agreement with him, and he and I have talked many times about that agreement.
My time. I just want to tell you that for most of us sitting here right now, we believe Senator Cassidy more than we trust you when it comes to vaccinations. It sounds to me like you gave him the answer he needed to hear in order to get his confirmation vote. And then as soon as you were secretary, you turned around and did whatever you want. You fired all 17 members.
I'm complying with all the agreements that I made with
Secretary,
Senator Cassidy.
You're now on the record. You lied to Senator Cassidy. You have lied to the American people. You have lied to parents about vaccines for 20 years. And I also want to be clear that I will lay all responsibility for every death from a vaccine-preventable illness at your feet. I yield back.
He still doesn't care.
Yes, I understand.